It's your girl, Phi The Diva, and I'm back with another episode. Hey y'all, it's your girl, Phi The Diva, and your favorite entrepreneur. As always, y'all know I always get excited to say I'm back. Yep. And I'm going to do my absolute best, guys, today, and bring the show all the way through. Listen, the name of the episode is Not Giving Up and Knowing When to Throw in a Towel. And when I tell you all, this is literally the third time recording the episode because things just kept happening for me today. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I, after the third time, I said, I was at a standstill of, am I going to re-record this again? Or am I going to stick to what I said, stick to saying, I want to make sure that I have something for my listeners to be able to hear on the Known Not Popular podcast, right? So guess what, guys? I'm here. Okay. I'm going to third time's a charm. I am going to complete this recording. However, if it doesn't be as long as it usually is, if it's not the full 30, y'all will be all right. Just go back and listen to all of the other previous episodes. But we're going to have a time and we're going to talk. We're going to talk because y'all know if you come to the podcast, I'm going to first give you some tea and then I'm going to give you some inspiration, okay? Now, maybe my recording kept messing up because this, the tea that I'm giving probably just shouldn't be talked about. Because guess what? It's been talked about all week. I mean, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know how long, but unfortunately, the news has popped that Megan The Stallion and Klay Thompson broke up. Yeah, and it was, let me tell you guys, so there was rumors that it was with a WNBA star, right? But because this same star came out, okay, and she said, listen, I don't know why Megan or Klay is not saying anything, but it's not me, y'all. I don't have nothing to do with nothing they got going on. So... So because, yep, we happy to hear that. We happy to hear that because us women, we got to stick together, okay? We don't need to be trying to break up any relationships or be the third woman because especially being in the WNBA or any NBA or being a woman, period, or anybody, you don't have to be the next person. So I'm glad she came out to defend herself even though she felt like she was not supported, okay? But what I won't do is I won't say that Klay and Meg broke up behind another female that's a celebrity or any of that. Especially when they want to protect themselves and feel unprotected. I'm just not going to do it. I will say that it's unfortunate that Klay and Megan The Stallion has broken up. I totally understand why it is that Megan had to, go to her social media and post that she broke up with Klay and that she feel that it was infidelity. This is her side of the story as she has the right to speak it, okay? Infidelity, and he had a problem with committing, okay? So the reason I say that I get it as far as going to social media, because let me tell you, everybody always, when it comes to social media, period, everybody has a degree. a degree in knowing somebody else's business. Okay, come on, somebody. All right, they have a degree in knowing somebody else's business, so you can never, in my opinion, you should never say why somebody is doing something from a celebrity standpoint, especially once they come out in the open, and feel like their relationship is going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Um, Once it breaks off, sometime depending on everybody that knows and how many people know about what's going on, you have to make an announcement. Okay, I get it. I get it, honey. It's like, please, y'all, let me just go ahead and let y'all know. Stop asking me about this person. I don't want to talk about it. We are no longer together. And if you still mad about it, you're going to add a little bit, he or she is no good. Okay, come on. So I totally get it. I really don't judge anybody, period. Now, a lot of times I think when it comes to life, period, I've learned to kind of keep it personal unless it's at that point where I know that I feel safe in it, because, unfortunately life has taught me that things change and they can change really quick, okay? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we'll be then post all your little information, put all your life, your relationship. You think about getting another car, but you're just thinking about it. You post it, and then guess what? You go to the car lot, and it don't work out. It ain't the car that you want. You don't get approved. Anything happen, but guess what? You didn't already posted about. You posted a new boo. You and that boo, y'all in the honeymoon stage is what they call it. Everybody in love. Klay Thompson, and made perfect example, since we're talking about him. He was the best thing walking, him and his family. And then now all of a sudden it ain't no good. He ain't no good, and neither is the family. So, it's always been. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, Lordy. I'm just saying, y'all, I'm sorry, man. Listen, I'm just, I'm just saying, y'all know I like, if you listen to the known not popular podcast, you might know about it, you might not like it, you might do like it. I'm just talking about it, okay? I say a lot of the stuff that y'all are thinking, okay? And I'm just the one that's gonna be the person to say it. That's all, okay? Because Okay, because y'all already know, what do I say all the time? I have the right to say what I feel like, whether it's funny or not. Why? Because I pay for it. I pay for my platform. I pay to produce. So, I pay to entertain y'all. Even though you get a little something back. My point is that it's a top-notch global production. Okay. Yeah, okay. But at any rate, y'all, for real, let's go ahead and stay on topic. Um, the whole situation is unfortunate. Um, I wish Klay and Meg The Stallion the best in life. We from the Known Not Popular podcast, us listeners as well, okay? We wish you guys the best. And anybody that's going through a breakup. But y'all know what? I was so excited when the May Gala pictures came out. Hello. Yes, Lord. I was like, please, y'all, give me something else. Give me something else to talk about. I know that it's more to life that's going on right now than Klay and Meg. And it was. Boosie and Vlad out here arguing. I think they low key made up, but then Aries Spears and Vlad. Now they into it. But you know what? This is my whole thing. Boosie was fighting for his change with Vlad, whatever they had going on. But then what come happen? Everybody feel okay, this person making something, so now I should be making the same thing because we doing the same thing, this, that, and the third. Y'all, we gotta be better at that, okay? Stop riding everybody else's coattail. Listen, honey. Listen, y'all. Listen, and don't get upset with Felicia because I don't have anything to do with anything. I'm just going by what I seen. First, Boosie, and Vlad was into it. They both were talking about it back and forth because they have a long-standing relationship. And then next thing you know, I start seeing Aries like really mad. Oh, I'm suing. Like Aries, Aries Spears has totally turned it up a notch. And it's like, why, y'all? Why? It's just like the same scenario when Cat Williams went on Shannon Sharp. You know, after he went on Shannon Sharp, then everybody wanted to come and speak. Y'all, hey, listen. Well, I guess somebody got to make the wave. Somebody. So shout out and cheers to those starting waves. Now for the wave riders, you know, hey, ride your wave too. So I was glad anyway. I, yeah. So I was glad when the Met Gala photos came out. I mean, it was so many beautiful people. Gigi Hadid, uh, Zendaya, she was so beautiful in the blue and black. Who else? Beyonce, Jay Z, and Blue both hit the Met Gala. You know, you gotta give shout outs to a lot of the celebrities, all of the celebrities, a majority, the kids, they are growing up and they're growing into themselves. You know, back in the day, you would see celebrity kids sometime every now and then, you know, they come out. But with everything that's happening in the world, social media and just entertainment, you know, kids they're starting to work at a young age, honey. They like, I see it, I want it, I get it, okay, and I'm not mad at you. Greta Lee, ooh, that was beautiful. She has a stunning. It looks like it may be lace sheer through, beautiful. Like so many of the celebrities, they Met Gala. That's the time to, I think, that to express yourself. Of course, Kendall Jenner. You know, we would not be shocked to see nothing less than beautiful. Okay, and one thing I do want to say about Rihanna, Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, they both hit the Met Gala. Rihanna, when she goes to talk to do the interview and stuff, one thing I love about her is she always pours into whoever's interviewing her. You know, and it's great that all of the celebrities, anytime you stop and give somebody an interview, that's awesome, right? But it makes that interviewee day, and of course the celebrity is doing their job. But when you go a step further and you give back into whatever person is interviewing you, that's something beautiful. You know, and so shout out to Rihanna. And actually, any celebrity that is not only just doing interviews when going on the red carpet, but they are also pouring into to others. You know, shout out to you. we have one life to live, and while we're living it, be sure that you're not always on the receiving end. Make sure you're also on the giving end, because that's just as beautiful, you know? Now, one thing we did notice is that Justin Bieber did not attend the Met Gala, unfortunately, with his wife Haley. Um, and I've talked about Justin before on the platform, and you know him as well as any other uh, celebrity that has grown up in the cameras. You know what I'm saying? Under scrutiny, under the eyes of the people, of the community, of the world. I know it's hard out there, so unfortunately, he was missed. I'm sure it would have been something very nice, but he was missed. But life goes on. Speaking of life going on, it brings us to our topic of today. I always talk about knowing when to throw in the towel, knowing when to give up. Um, Today isn't one of the days of giving up, and a majority of the time it never will be. Today is a reminder of hanging in there, right? On new situations, new relationships, new jobs, new businesses. Right now in life, a lot of things new are happening, and when going through, I like to share with you guys um, little things that can help you. When it comes to me, it can help you, okay? Because we go through life, and sometimes we can figure out things on our own, and sometimes hearing someone else have the same story can be more therapeutic than trying to figure things out. So today I want to talk about just how to handle going into a new situation. Yeah, I like that. Yes, we'll work how to handle a new relationship. And of course, you guys know that it's always going to meet and match business, personal, life, children, education, how to manage new relationships across the board. So, well, Felicia, how do I manage? What are you talking about when it comes to education? Okay, I can remember back when I was a kid, and the first day of school was always nervous for me, right? I'll get excited going to the end of the summer because just in life, always when you get to a new season, you're excited for the season, and then it's like I'll be glad when the season is over, right? So when it's time for school and you get to school shopping and things like that, now you're just anxious, ready to go to school, ready to meet new people, the different things like that. But then you get to school, and on the first day, on top of the excitement of meeting new people, you realize, oh, I got work to do. Okay? You realize, okay, there's more than just the meeting of the people. And even with meeting new people, sometimes bring anxiety, right? Sometimes you can get a little anxious, like, oh my God, if you're shy or grew up shy like me, myself, sometimes I got a little anxious, I got a little nervous, and I'll go shy, I go quiet on you, you know. So that's one situation when it comes to business. You get a new job, you know what I'm saying? You go in, you're excited. Yeah, I got the job, I got the opportunity, I'm ready to go in, rock things out. knock things out. But then you get there and you like, oh my, this might be something different for me. This might be over my head, or this may not be what I thought it was, right? And then you also have the relationships where everything is new. Oh, he or she just makes my stomach just flip in nuts because I just love them so much. They give me compliments. They take me out. They make me smile and laugh. And then a few months down the line, it's like, okay, I'm going through that I see that honeymoon phase. It is not the same. My compliments are kind of winding down. The smile is not there all the time. It's always going to be something that happens after the honeymoon stage, okay? Right. It's literally, guys, it's always going to be something that is going to take place, that's going to happen. It's going not it won't ever always be a honeymoon phase, basically, is what I'm telling you. But even when that honeymoon phase is over, and real life kicks in, your eyes are open to other situations that may not be so glittering gold. The main thing is to still hang on in there. Okay? And the reason why I'm so amped to let you guys know about this, and the reason why I want you guys to hang on in there on the situation, is because things always turn, right? Just like the honeymoon phase ended, or it seemed as though that honeymoon phase passed, and right now things may have gotten a little bit harder. Know that this phase of life, or this phase of that relationship, it's going to pass as well. Okay? Things What's meant for you, will always be back on track, and things will change. Okay? Life will get better if it starts good, okay? And you keep that mind frame, and you try not to focus on the negative. Trust and believe that the good will return. But you have to hang in there. It was a scenario that I had on one job where I went in, and a lot of times, especially when it comes to the engineering field, you'll start a new client. Have a new client, and the goal is that, hey, Felicia has built tons of telecom networks. She can come in here and build this network. Okay? And that's what I do. That's my goal. That's what I come in. But sometimes I can come into a new situation, or I had a situation where I went into a new client, and literally there was no one there to give you guidance. There was no direction, and it was kind of like a figure it out type thing. In this particular site, I was the only woman on the team as well. So not only was I in a room full of men, they were talking things over my head. The project was different. It was a lot going on. Okay. And I tell you, I would leave and go home so many days like, goodness, man, I don't know what to do with it. I'm going to have to leave. I had started putting my resume in. All of these different things happened. And then I said, you know what, Felicia, you know this. You know this job. You know what to do. I had to take my theory of relax, relate, and release. And it allowed me to see things different. Well, relax, relate, release. How does that work? Okay. So the funny thing is I got that from The Different World. Uh, where Whitley was hyperventilating and Debbie Allen played the psychiatrist, and she got her to calm down. So in life, I love that scene. I kept it relax, relate, release, relax, relate, release. But I made it apply. When something sticks, it has to apply. It has to make sense. It wasn't just funny, right? So in all situations, whenever you feel like, man, things are getting rough for me, it's getting tight, I might have to let this go. I might have to let this person go. I might have to let this job go. I might have to drop out of school. I might have to turn on my family. I might, right? If you take a moment to relax, that's part one, okay? Because what happens when we're stressed? We're tensed up. And when you're stressed out, everything else is magnified. You know what I'm saying? Everything bad is magnified when you're stressed out, okay? It seems like everything is going wrong, even though the truth is that although things go wrong, it's always going to be something going right around you too. But when you're overwhelmed, a lot of times it gets hard to see the sunshine. It's hard to see beyond the clouds. But if you take a moment to relax, you then can take a moment to relate. Okay? And that's, to me, the relating part is one of the best parts that helps us through any of our obstacles in life and day to day. Okay, let's take a situation where you're arguing with a friend or loved one. Okay, and when we feel away, or when we feel attacked, or if we feel saddened, or if we feel overwhelmed about anything, we only know our part. Okay. A lot of times we only are going to look at and understand our part. But that's where relation comes in. And when you can relate to the situation from the other point of view, not yours, whether it's a situation where you are arguing with family and friends, if you can relate to how they feel about you, because in an argument, somebody else is talking. And if you can't hear somebody else talking, that means you're yelling over them. And you need to stop and relax. Go back to part one, because you won't get to part two. So in the event that you are in the middle of arguing with someone, you have to stop, go back to part one, relax, and then allow the person that you're arguing with to continue that conversation, so then you can relate. Okay? And when relating to what they're saying, okay, now in order to relate, you got to listen. I hope I don't have to skip that, or I hate that I had to say that, but just in case somebody forget that they got to listen. When somebody talking, because sometimes folk can be talking to you and you ain't listening to nothing they saying. You just allowing, you being quiet and allowing them to go ahead and speak their piece. But honey, you just waiting for your moment. No, that's not what Phi means. I mean, when someone else is talking, you are listening effectively. Okay? And at that point, you can relate. You can say, man, I am a little aggressive sometimes. I maybe have yelled, okay? Relating to someone does not mean that you're wrong. It just means that they have their own point of view as well, okay? I have to clap for that. Yeah, I definitely, I wanted to go ahead and do a clap on that because a lot of times, that's what goes wrong in arguments and relationships. People know that they feel a way. I know that I'm hurt. I know that I'm offended. But we have to remember that the person on the other side also most likely is hurt. They're most likely offended. When it comes to work. Uh, you have to relate to the scenario, the situation that's going around. If your job is overwhelming, what is your co-partner's job? Are the other people that is associated to the work that you have going? Are they also overwhelmed? Do they understand what's happening around? Is there a way that you can benefit? Not benefit, I'm sorry, where you can bring something to the table, bring your knowledge, bring your experience, okay? Sit back, and when you can sit back and relate in business, you can see, okay, what is happening? What is going wrong? Why am I brought in on this project? Why was I hired? Let me sit back. Let me relax. Go to one. Then let me come to two and say, let me relate. Let me see what's happening. Okay, let me understand what's happening. Now, this is the cool part. Once you relax and relate, guess what? You can release. That's right. You can release. And believe it or not, this podcast actually went longer and better than I thought it would go. If you guys remember at the very beginning, I was having so many problems. Y'all, literally, this is my third time recording today. And it's actually past midnight, okay? I was literally at the point to where I was like, okay, maybe I just don't need to record. But I told myself that I am going to record more. I'm going to be able to post more for my listeners because I appreciate you guys listening in. And look what happened. Great conversation came from this, or a great topic, I'm sorry, came from me going through this trial, through this situation, me getting overwhelmed with having to record my podcast, and it just kept going wrong. My microphone kept going, giving me issues. I always tried to record visuals. I couldn't do that. Like, it was always something. But when I said I'm going to keep going, regardless, there's no script. I'm going to push play, and record in this podcast on the Known Not Popular podcast tonight. Is going to happen. It was Cinco de Mayo when I started, but today is May 6th. Shout out to all my Cinco de Mayo lovers. Shout out. I know y'all somewhere probably still getting toe up, honey, because we do celebrate. Okay, any holiday, Americans are going to celebrate. It doesn't matter. Where we got a holiday? Oh, okay, it's on. Point me to the first margarita. Okay. Y'all already know how folks do. We ain't gonna even play it like that. All right. All right. All right. Y'all know I love having fun on the No Not Popular podcast. But to wind things down, I'm not gonna I don't think that I'm gonna leave y'all without talking about releasing. After you have relaxed, you related to the situation, the scenario, and the things that's happening, you have the ability to release the emotions that you feel, release the stress that is going on, release the worry. When you relax, relate, and you get to that point where you can release, I'm telling you, It's like a moment of woo-sa. Just a Calgon taking you away. And I really again, just the whole scenario of my experience, not only on jobs where I have to take a contract, start a new project, start from the beginning, and go through the times of trying to figure things out, having to relate, find out, okay, what do I bring to the table? How can I fix this? How can I make it better? And coming on the other side. That is the beautiful thing. And that's what the overall uh, goal is. And everything that we do is getting to the other side. Whether it's in education, business, relationships, the other side is the most beautiful side. It's where we all win. All right. Well, listen, everybody, it has been so fun doing this podcast tonight. I love being your host on the No Not Popular podcast each week, every day. Listen, we have over 50, over 60 episodes out there. So every day, listen in. I love having you guys come. Please check us out, www.nonotpopular.com. And the show is produced by Top Notch Global. It's your girl Phi. It's a one-woman show, but you get it. Still gotta represent, okay? Visit Top Notch Global, www.topnotchnews.com. Number one in marketing. Whatever you need, we got it. Keep your eyes open for Glamping with Phi. It is coming soon. We're gonna do something. Let's go to Trinity. Let's go to Trinity, Texas. You guys know I'm building in West Texas. A beautiful little glam site, but it's not done. So let's go ahead and wind down, relax, relate, and release a little bit in July in Trinity, Texas. More information will come soon on the No Not Popular podcast. Until next time, peace.